Hey, what's up everyone? MonadoMax here, and today we have a very special video. A video I've been working on for quite some time. It's my top 10 favorite games of all time. Now, I want to mention that this was a really hard video to make. I'm going to be real, it just took me an hour just to come up with a list, because I have so many favorite games. And honestly, I would consider these top 10 games right here, I would consider all of them my favorite game. Like, each one has a special spot in my heart. So it's just like, I don't know, it was very difficult. There's going to be some controversial picks. I think people are going to be confused on certain games of why I picked this and I didn't have this game in my list. So just remember, this is all my opinion. So please don't be mad at my opinion. But anyways, before we get on to the list, I want to throw two honorable mentions. Marvel Rise of the Imperfects. For me, this game is... I played this game so many times that the disc is broke. I had to buy it on my GameCube recently. And it was kind of my introduction to like fighting games. So, I mean, obviously Smash Bros, but other than Smash, this is what got me into fighting games. Also, was one of my early Marvel games, which we'll talk about later. This game story was just so dark, and I was just so shocking. It was so entertaining. It was amazing. If you haven't played that game, it is a really good game in my opinion. Next one is Batman Arkham Knight. Now, I know people are going to be mad that I didn't pick Arkham City, but I might be a little biased on this game, only because this was my first game I played on a next-gen console. Coming from someone that just had, like, you know, the Wii U, seeing this game, like, my eyes was just like, whoa, the graphics, you know. This game was just so good. It was a game I almost actually 100%ed on the game. This game. I haven't 100%ed many games in my life, but I've done a couple. But anyways, as I was saying, this game definitely has issues like the Batmobile. That was kind of annoying in certain parts, but I enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite games. Well, it's not my top 10, but it's an honorable mention. So let's get right into this list. I'm pumped. Number 10. Number 10. Coming in at number 10 is Ultimate Alliance for the PlayStation 2. Yeah, I got the trash version. No, but the reason why this game is so special to me, first of all, it introduces us to so many Marvel characters that at the time was not even popular. Like Ghost Rider, Captain America, Iron Man. Like, obviously the comic fans would think, you know, those are big, but this was the true introduction to a lot of people without the movies. Because really the only Marvel character at the time that was really known was Spider-Man, X-Men, and Blade. And that's really all the characters I can think of at the time. I think Daredevil might have had this movie. But the story is surprisingly really good. Like, it connects all these characters very well. It's actually a pretty dark game. I mean, it's not too dark, but like in terms of the whole aspect of the gameplay and everything, there's some dark elements in there. Like, there's one part where like you're fighting in hell. Like, that's kind of crazy. You have to sacrifice one of your heroes to summon Ghost Rider, and then they kill Nightcrawler. It's kind of crazy. It's really dark. Well, it's not really dark, but you get my gist. This game is very special to me too, because it was the first game I bought with my own money with my PlayStation 2, because my PlayStation 2 was my first console ever. So this game is going to have that special soft spot for me, because obviously now Marvel is one of my favorite things of all time, and really that was because of this game. I mean, obviously Spider-Man, I knew about Spider-Man way before this game, but this game helped me recognize all the other Marvel characters, and it really gave me my knowledge of the Marvel characters. So if you haven't played this game yet, it's awesome. They just brought it back on the Switch, the third one. They don't have the original two, but if you have a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, they ported those two. Actually, I think they took that down. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but this game's always going to be a special soft spot for me. And moving on to the next game. Number 9. Coming in at number 9 is Uncharted 4. Alright, I'm going to be real. I've only not played Uncharted 3. I own all Uncharted games, even Lost Legacy. I actually haven't played Lost Legacy. I don't know why I own it then. I got Golden Abyss, the one on the I think that's what it's called. I have all the Uncharted games. It was kind of a hard pick from Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 4, if I'm being honest. both games have different, they're both different, if I'm being honest. I think what really impresses me with Uncharted 4 is just, I think it just sets the story. I think it ends it off perfectly, in my opinion. I don't want to get into too much spoilers. I'm trying not to spoil too much of each game. As we get into each game, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But this is a game that you will find on GameStop. It goes on sale for like $10. It's one of the most, I would say it's probably the most beautiful PlayStation 4 game that we have right now. The graphics is so beautiful. This game is so beautiful. The music, just the whole atmosphere of the game is just like, that connection between Nathan and Sam, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I don't know. And like, playing these games, you can see the character development from Nathan Drake, and I think that's what I'm really impressed about. Like, you can see how Nathan used to be compared to what he is now, and I think this game is just amazing. If you do not own it yet, actually, you should play the Uncharted collection. The whole Uncharted series, except the PS Vita game, is on PlayStation 4. It is such a good series. Uncharted 2, I mean, I don't know. I either like Uncharted 4 or Uncharted 2 better. Like, they both, like I said, they both have their own uniques, and I think ultimately Uncharted 4 did it better for me. I know a lot of people consider Uncharted 2 the best one, and actually one of the best games of all time from some list I've seen. So, I don't know. Let me know what your favorite Uncharted game is, since I'm bringing one up. But the next title we have for number 8. Coming in at number 8. If anyone knows me, at least my friend group that I'm in, they know my favorite 3DS game of all time. Well, not my favorite game. There's another 3DS game coming up. Some people might be able to guess from my name, of course. But Kid Icarus Uprising for the Nintendo 3DS is such an amazing game. If you have not played this yet, the story is mind-blowing. There's like, I want to dig into spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled from this game, skip on to the next one. There's one part of the game when you beat, what's her name? Hold on. Crap, I forgot. Okay. People that play this game know, when you beat that boss, I thought the game was over. Boom, Hades shows up, and there's just so much more to the game. When Hades shows up, I'm just, every chapter, mind blown. It is such a good game. I really hope one day Sakurai comes back and does another Kid Icarus game, or someone at Nintendo, because this game, I mean, I would say this actually is the best 3DS game out there. The one I have that we're going to talk about is a port, so I guess technically this would be my favorite 3DS game. But this game is so freaking mind-blowing. It's just, I don't know, man. It is so cool. The online, I feel like, is really underrated, even though it's dead now. The online was so awesome. I think it was a unique idea. And I hope one day, this game, if they don't want to make a new one, just port this. You have an already perfectly fine game. Just port it to the Switch. That's all I ask Nintendo. And I know one of the biggest complaints is the controls. And the controls, they are really bad, but if I'm being honest, I got used to them. So I didn't feel this whole big, like, hand pain that people talked about, but it's clearly, it's a thing. So, yeah, and then the AR cards, which I never used, I don't really remember what the AR cards were used for. But I remember that being a thing where you could, like, buy booster packs. It was like the original amiibo cards in a way. But there's so much I could say about this game. Maybe one day we'll do a dedicated video. But the game is crazy. You see Dark Pit, Hades, Magnus was a cool kid. Medusa, that's what it was, I think. Medusa. When you beat Medusa, I thought the game was over. And then I think how it works is that the credits was rolling. And at one point, Hades comes through, boom, and then that whole thread happens, and then the final boss with Hades is just, it's crazy. And then one point you fight Palutena. I'm like, this game is awesome. I gotta stop talking about it because we have so much to talk about. Moving on. Coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 7 is Super Mario 3D World. This one's going to be a little bit of a controversial pick. I had a hard time deciding if I should put Mario Galaxy in here or 3D World, because both games are very special to me. But I think I'm picking 3D World because I have never really 100%ed many games. But this game right here, I was a Nintendo fan with my 3DS. I had it before my Wii U, and like I got Kid Icarus before the Wii U and stuff. But I was still with my 3DS. I was in my early ages of like full-on Nintendo, you know. And the same with the Wii U. But this game right here helped me go full-on Nintendo, if you get what I'm saying. This game has so much content. It is amazing. We're probably getting it on the Switch later this year. If you've not played this game, it is amazing. Like, I went all in on this game. I beat every stage, even Champions Road, with Toad. Let me just throw that out there. Do you know how long that took me? That was some bullcrap. I'm sorry. That was so hard, but I beat every stage. I did the top of the flagpole with each character, got all the green stars, all the stamps. I did that within this game. I didn't really need to do that, but I enjoyed this game so much. Like, this is one of the very few games I've went ahead and fully 100%ed. This game is going to be very special to me. So will Mario Galaxy. I kind of throw that as an honorable mention. I don't have my copy here. I have all my good Wii games at my grandpa's. But like another thing, the music is so good. I mean, for a Mario game, it's just like a regular Mario game. But the game looks beautiful. I mean, when it was first revealed, it did not look that great. There was a lot of concerns with this game. People thought it was gonna be trash. But this game, it's amazing. Like there's so much I could say about it. Like, I can't wait for when they did the deluxe version. Like, are they gonna add Mario Odyssey levels or like new playable character? This game also got us, the Captain Toad levels, which later on got us, a Captain Toad game, which one day I hope we get another one. That's off topic though. This game is just, it's so good. There's so much content. Like, there's a whole after game, and it is so difficult. Oh, Champions Road. Oh my gosh. But like I said, if you have not had the opportunity to experience this game, it's coming on Switch probably later this year. So you should definitely do yourself a favor and pick this up. The next game, please. Number 6. Coming in, number 6. I know everyone was expecting me to talk about this game at one point, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles. Now, I played this game on the Wii. Or not on the Wii. I did not play this game on the Wii. And I know that might be a little bit sad for some of the people, since I'm called MonadoMax. I should have played this game where it originated from. Fortunately, I do not own the original. And again, more disappointment. But this game was like one of the only new Nintendo 3DS exclusive games out there. And it's a solid port. I mean, comparing the 3DS to the Wii, it is very good. I don't care what people say. This is a really good port. I think everyone thinks it's a good port too. I have no idea if it really adds anything compared to the original, because again, I've never played the original, like on the Wii. So like, yeah, I don't want to dig too much into the whole spoiler territory, since the game is coming out on 2 weeks now for people that's about to play it on the Switch. So you don't have to worry about me spoiling this, because I don't want to spoil this amazing game. If you have not played this game, please pick it up on the Switch. It is such a good story. Some of the voice acting sometimes gets a little cheesy, I feel like, but that's just me. I don't know. This game is definitely special. Some of the scenes in there will just mind blow you. And I can't wait to experience that in the new Switch graphics. Like, yeah, and then they're remixing the soundtrack, which I think the soundtrack was already great. I don't really think we needed that, but hopefully they don't screw it up with the definitive edition. And we're getting future connected, which I'm talking about the original Xenoblade. I really don't have any complaints with this game. I know people was probably expecting this to be my number 1 game, since MonadoMax. But like I said, each game I have here they're all number one to me in their own way. And I'm trying to not talk about this game that much because I really don't want to spoil it for the next 2 weeks, so I'm going to move on. But I think when we do the definitive edition, I think we're going to do like an in-depth MonadoMax feelings towards this game. Because the game, it is so amazing. But anyways, moving on to the next game. Number 5. Coming in at number 5 is such a special game to me. This game is probably going to be a long discussion. I don't know. I'm just going to hopefully not talk about this that much. Death Stranding. I'm going to let you know I'm going to be going in-depth crazy with the spoilers, so probably going to move on to the next game. This game is... oh my gosh. This is an incredibly underrated game. I will say the first 2 chapters of the game, it is tough to play. I mean, I still had fun with it, but I can see why people just drop the game because of it. This game is about connecting people, and, like, it does it. Like, whew. And, like, the ending where, like, dude, okay, well, I said I'm going to spoil it, so I thought Lou was gonna die. I thought Lou was dead, and like Lou wasn't dead. And then I called my friend. I couldn't press the button to put Lou in the creamer. What are those things called? This game, I'm still mind blown from this game. It's a very underrated game from Mr. Hideo Kojima. It was his first game he made with Kojima Productions, and I'm definitely going to be checking out some of his other popular games, such as Metal Gear and Silent Hill. Norman Reed, all the actors in this, they did such a phenomenal job with their role. Like, the scenes, there's so many powerful scenes in this game where you feel that. And Norman Reedus as Sam Porter does that. The whole connecting bridges with everything, it just the way they connect that whole thing with another thing that happens in the game. It's just, this game is such a mind-blowing game. And this game's soundtrack, I have the whole soundtrack on my phone. I don't really listen to that type of music, but the soundtrack was so good, and like some of just the designs that happen in this game. And what was the dude's name? It's Sam. We find out it's Sam's father, where he's looking for BB. Then we find out that Sam is actually a BB. Like, this game is so freaking crazy. I know some people will say, "Oh, look, it's a walking simulator." You can get over that with this. Like, it's worth doing the walking simulator. This game is just so freaking good, guys. I've seen this game drop all the way to 40. It's still a relatively new game. I don't know if we'll ever see it go back down. I think it's right now 60, and it doesn't always go on sale, but this game is worth the full $60. And just like, there are some incredibly unique things that happen in this game that even my friend Alan, like, there's this lion thing, like, what's this thing's called? It's been months since I played the game. I should still know this thing. Let's see if it's on the back. Okay, what are they called? Come on. Okay, I don't remember. But this game, dude, it definitely has its weird moments sometimes where you're just like, huh? Like the mama scene, that was definitely interesting. Like, whoa. But Death Stranding, like, I don't know how to explain how much this game, just the mind-blowing stuff that happens in this game is so freaking crazy, dude. I know I keep rambling about this game, but each chapter is crazy. And, like, I really hope they don't do a sequel with this game, because they ended it perfect. I don't think they really can do a sequel. But then when Lou comes out of the pod with, like, oh my god, I don't know how to explain it. This game is amazing. This game is freaking amazing. I don't know why Norman Reedus didn't get the Game Awards award towards Best Actor, because I think he did that. He did such an amazing job, which I know one of the Death Stranding actors. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think it's Mads Mikkelsen or something like that. I think it says on the back of it doesn't. If I pronounce his name wrong, I'm so sorry. He did a phenomenal job too. His character was crazy when we found out that that's Sam's dad, and that all those flashbacks was. I don't know. Like, I know I keep talking about it, but this game, it just gets crazier and crazier by the chapter, and like, also the connection with Sam and BB or Lou. You see it grow over time. Like you feel it too, if that makes sense. Like you see their connection. Like I don't know. Like this game is amazing, and I don't know how much to say much more about this game. Like I know I keep talking about it, but please, guys, if you have not played this game, make sure you pick up this game. It is such a good game. I need to stop and move on to the next game. Number 4. Coming in at number 4. This is definitely such a special game to so many people. It is... spoiler warning. I'm going to be talking a lot about the spoilers. Coming in at number 4 is Last of Us Remastered. And oh my god, I know we just talked about another PlayStation exclusive, but this game, Naughty Dog, like, I feel like each franchise, they keep getting darker and darker. Like with Jak and Daxter to Uncharted to now The Last of Us. This game is definitely an emotional roller coaster. There's some deep scenes. I would say it's an emotional roller coaster. There's one part where, like, you think Joel's actually dead, and they did a really good job thinking Joel was dead. I thought Joel was dead. And, you see Joel, if I'm being honest, I feel like Joel was a depressed person in the beginning of the game. Or, after, the Sarah's death. We see Joel become happy. Like, that, to me, seeing someone's daughter, die like that, and then have this person, Ellie, come into someone's life like that. Seeing him slowly become happy was kind of just heartwarming, if that makes sense. Because this guy, he probably wanted to die, let's be honest. Like, he lost his daughter. He really has nothing to live for, Seeing his daughter die like that in his hands, like, that's some deep stuff, dude. Like, I don't have a child, but I know that would be deep for me. Troy Baker does such a phenomenal job as Joel. Ashley Johnson, I think is her name. She does an amazing job as Ellie. Last of Us 2 is my most anticipated game. The story, I can't wait to see how far the story goes. The story is going to be so good. This game, though, the only issue I would have with it is I would like to, and hopefully, it seems like the second game's going to be doing this more. I would like to be able to see more characters, like, stay with the group, more than, like, 2 chapters. Get to know them more and not kill them off or just leave them. I hope the second chapter we get to know more about other characters, such as Joel, Ellie. It looks like we're going to see more Tommy, so that's going to be interesting. The Left Behind DLC, I played it. It's a good backstory to Ellie. But there's still some unanswered questions, I feel like. It was a good backstory, though. I am just so pumped for The Last of Us 2. This is another game that I've seen go for $5 before. So if you don't have this game, this is another phenomenal PlayStation 4 game that you should be owning in your collection if you're a big PlayStation guy. But moving on, I don't want to talk too much about The Last of Us, even though I could easily talk about this game a lot. Moving on to number 3. Number 3. Coming in at number 3, anyone that knows me, they know I am such a big fan of the Walking Dead Telltale game. I literally have a poster signed by Clementine and Lee over there, which voice actress of Clementine gave that to me. Just want to point that out. Not trying to flex, but hey. Anyways, number 3 is the Walking Dead Telltale game. Spoilers coming up. You're going to want to skip this one too, and the next 3 actually, so you probably want to end this video. Coming in though at number 3 is the Walking Dead game. This game is such a powerful game. Like, at the end when you were supposed to kill Lee, or have the option to kill Lee, that was a tough scene for me. I know it was a tough for everyone, but I had to leave. I was playing it on my laptop. I literally had to leave my laptop. I was just staring at this, and I'm just like, what do I do? Like this, I couldn't imagine having to shoot someone that you would like look up to as just like a big father, like, you know, especially like after your family, figuring out your family just died and you were searching for your family. And like that, this game has really good characters. Like Kenny, amazingly written character throughout the entire games. I'm gonna get hate for this, but I think Ben is such a amazing written character in this game. Because if we're being honest, if The Walking Dead was real, we would be Ben. Let's be honest here. We're not gonna be your Lee or your Kenny. Like that's just not a thing. But throughout this game, you get some cool Easter eggs towards the comic, because this is connected to the comic, which is also amazing read if you've not seen the comics. We've seen Glenn pop up. We've seen Herschel. If you get to the 3rd season, you see Jesus show up, which is pretty cool. But this game is pretty good. The 400 Days DLC, it's alright. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking. The first 5 episodes is so amazing. Each episode is incredible. I would say for me, episode 4 is my favorite out of the whole season. It was just crazy. The voice acting, like that whole scene between Lee and Clementine, that had to be hard. I think I heard that they had to do that in the same room. I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. But this is a game that literally, since it's so old, it goes on sale so frequently. Like, I've seen this game for like $2. So this is a game you should definitely consider picking up, because it's worth the $2. It's worth $20. It won the Game Award for, I think, 2013, 2012, something like that, and it definitely deserved it. In terms of just, it's on every platform you can think of, from the 360 to PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, probably, you know, Xbox Series X, probably, you know, it's on every platform, phones, all that. So if you are a big Walking Dead fan and somehow have not played this, you're missing out, because you probably like this whole story better than the show and comic, because it is an original story that just takes you places, and you have the choice to, like, do I want to save this person or that person? And you can get screwed up in this game. Like, you can lead to choices that end up like somebody shooting themselves, or like, this game is crazy. Like Lily shooting Carly / Doug, picking who you pick. It's crazy. Just the whole game, like, you could save Ben or drop him dead. Like, I don't know, this game's choices go crazy. Especially episode 2, then, like, yeah. I'm going to stop rambling, because this video is probably long enough. We need to go on to the next 2 games. So number 2 is coming in at coming in at number 2 is Red Dead Redemption 2. 2. This game, oh my gosh, if you have played the first game, obviously it has a similar ending of, you know, the main character dying. I started this game being so mad that I had to play as Arthur Morgan. The character development in Red Dead 2 for Arthur Morgan is the best character development I think I have ever seen in any game I've played. We see this guy just... Spoiler. I didn't do the spoiler warning. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. But I got when Arthur died, when I find out I had to play John again, I was left with so much disappointment. Like, originally it was the other way around. I was mad that I had to play Arthur. This game is crazy. And then Arthur's last ride, that scene is so freaking powerful. Holy crap. This we see all these characters talking about how much of a good man, you're a good man, you know. We see Arthur slowly but surely becoming a good guy. And you have a choice to make him just be a crappy guy, but for me, I made him a good guy. And it's just crazy. His death was epic. I mean, that was a powerful death. Like, this whole game is powerful. The characters, every single character, even, you know, Dutch with his "I got a plan." There, you know, if you haven't seen that video, someone made a video of every time he said his plan and everything. That's crazy. But even the after, I consider this the after game. I consider this Arthur's game, and then like the whole John thing an after game. I don't know if that's really, if people consider that an after game, but I'm considering an after game. So just letting people know, the after game was kind of slow. That would probably be my only issue. But I get what they were doing. It was a needed thing. I have actually never played the Red Dead Online, but this has online. I know originally people didn't like it though, so just throwing that out there. And we see all these characters at one point. They start to see Dutch is going crazy, which Dutch debatably starts going crazy, you know. And we just see these characters just start looking up to Arthur, and I think that was awesome. And I just think this game is amazing. If you have not played this game, the lowest I've seen this game go is $30. It's pretty expensive for a Rockstar game, especially being out for 2 years. But it is worth every penny. And I would highly, highly, highly recommend this game. It is so good. It's just like, I need to stop talking about it because we have another game. It's just everything you can do on this game is amazing. And I leave on this note. Please pick up this game. Pick up all these games I recommended. I mean, just take it from me. I like these games. They're very special to me. And yeah, hopefully I didn't ramble too long about this game. I know I was kind of not the greatest review for this one, at least. Alright, but moving on to the next game. Coming in at number 1 is George of the Jungle, The Search for the Secret. No, I'm joking. This is not my number 1 game. I just picked out one game. Before we get on this number 1 game, I think this is going to cause some controversy. So please just hear me out. Well, don't hear me out because I don't think you guys were going to want to hear me out. So these games are probably going to be the only games you'll really like except Ultimate Alliance. So moving on to number 1. Oh my gosh. It's number 1. We're about to find out what number 1 is. Oh my gosh. Number 1 is, coming in at number 1 is Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Okay, this game came out around a year after Spider-Man 3, which for me, I think that was actually my first movie I saw in theaters. And you gotta remember, I am a big Spider-Man guy. Literally, I sleep in a Spider-Man blanket with a Spider-Man pillow. So I am a big Spider-Man guy. Which also, honorable mention to Spider-Man PS4. Insomniac did a great job with that game, but it had its issues with, for me. It's my second favorite Spider-Man game, though. I would definitely recommend it for anyone, especially since this game is kind of hard to come by. Yeah, a lot of the old Spider-Man games are hard to come by. But this game is really dark for just a Marvel character. We see so many unique designs with the symbiote, because at the time, symbiote was at its most popular, you know, it was very popular. You would see it in a lot of things. And, like, we saw, like, nowadays, you can find designs for every Marvel character. They had the symbiote, because, you know, Venomverse and comics and everything, but this was also originally supposed to be, like, a Spider-Man zombie game, so it has that feeling towards the end of it. And it's just so crazy. I think it's one of the best adaptations from Spider-Man. It definitely has some issues with the Spider-Man voice actor, but the game is still so special to me. Like, just because of that really good story, that hero or menace, or yeah, I think that's the system they call it. That system where you can pick and decide, like, are you a good guy with the symbiote suit anyways, or are you just letting the symbiote take over you? And they made it where you feel actually strong in the game with the symbiote. Like, they make it purposely difficult to go without the symbiote in this game, which I think that itself was amazing game development. I think the people over at Treyarch made this, which they did a fantabulous job. I saw some of the concept art for the sequel of this game, because if you saw some of the endings, you know there was going to be a sequel. And I wish we could have seen that sequel. We saw some of the elements of that game go towards Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. But, like, both sides, when you go hero mode or just, you know, menace mode, you get two incredibly unique stories. And I think this game did such a phenomenal job. Obviously, some of the pros I have with this game is also the aerial combat. I've never seen such a good Spider-Man game. I don't really think any Spider-Man game has done a really good job with doing aerial combos just like how this game did. Now, the web swinging, you're swinging literally in the air compared to detaching it to the walls, which that'd probably be, you know, honestly, I think that's the only issue with this game and the Spider-Man actor for this. But for me, it wasn't too difficult because I got used to it. I just loved the game so much that I couldn't find an issue with the game. Like, I don't know. If you've not played this game, I really can't recommend another place to find it, because, I mean, it's an older game. And, I mean, I feel like the game looks beautiful in terms of graphics still today. I don't know if people are going to agree with me with that, but this game's graphics, I think it still looks beautiful. I think it looks one of the best Xbox 360 games out there. Now, that's probably going to be a big debate, and I hope, I can see why people will disagree. I hope one day they'll port this game. I don't think Activision has the rights, so we'll never see this game again. But this game, you need to cop this up if you've not touched a Spider-Man game. And if you have a 360, it's just worth it. I think it's actually a little bit of a pricey game now since Activision lost the rights of the Spider-Man games. I think a lot of the older Spider-Man games are having some value now. But this game, for me, is a 10 out of 10. So, yeah. So, moving on. Okay, so that is the end of our top 10 favorite games of all time. I do want to stress that this is my opinion, and I know probably that number one pick I made is going to make some people mad, but please don't be mad at me for my decisions on what I think is good. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I got a feeling it was probably over 40 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I put a lot of work into this. Well, I haven't started the work yet, but I have loads of ideas of what I'm going to do with this, so please like this video, because it definitely it's going to take a pain. If you're new here, please subscribe, because we're almost at 600 subs at the time of making this video. Last time I checked, we were like 575 subscribers, so if you're new here, please check out our channel. We are fire. But yeah, also we have a Discord server. Also, I have merch. I'm not trying to say buy my merch or anything, but if you do buy my merch, please reach out to me on Discord, because I want to personally thank you, because that is a big step, just buying someone's merch, someone with low subs like me, and I just want to personally thank you for that. So this is the end of the video. Make sure to check out our Discord server. I already said that, but check out our Discord server. We're at over 50 members now, which is pretty cool. And yeah, like the video, subscribe, check out the merch. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.